should be good.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. This is the February 6th, 2025 session of the zoning citation hearings. It's 2:00 and we are in the conference room at the Planning and Zoning Department at Norwalk City Hall. As I often do, I try to go through what we are going to do today. There's an agenda. I go one by one. In the beginning, I'll run through the agenda, see who's here and see which matters we can dispose of quickly. The proceedings are not formal as if you're in a court of law, but they're not totally informal. And if we do hold a public a hearing with testimony and evidence, witnesses will be sworn in. We'll handle those a little more formally. So with that, my name is Robert Maslow and I happen to be the hearing officer. And for those who don't know, I'm appointed by the city, by the mayor's office, I guess, to serve as a volunteer unpaid hearing officer. I'm not an employee of the city, so, and I don't work for the Planning and Zoning Department or any other departments. So with that, Mr. Hall, do you have, can we go through the agenda one by one and see the status of each of these? The first is 44 Grandview.
Yes.
Is anyone here on that?
Yes, we have the property owners here and translation as well.
Interpreter?
Yes.
Okay. 48 Elmwood?
For Elmwood, they are not here and I do not believe they'll be coming. They requested an extension.
They requested what?
An extension to the next hearing.
Well, maybe we can just.
I met with them on the property on Monday to go over things. I saw the progress. They just requested.
Are you okay with the extension?
Yes, I am.
What do you want? What do you want to extend it to?
For them, we agreed with the April hearing, which we don't have a date set yet.
All right, do you want to set dates for March and April?
Sure, yeah, March, we already have the 26th set up. For April, my colleague John, he is set up for the 16th, which is the third Wednesday. So either the 23rd or the 30th would work for me.
Just for a minute.
Okay.
Okay, so March 26th.
Mhm.
And April. We'll do 23rd.
Let's do it.
Okay, April 23rd, 2025 at 2 p.m.
Yes,
Here at the conference room in the Planning and Zoning.
correct. Yes.
Okay.
I know.
Okay, you can set that aside and I'll sign off on it in a bit. 8 Dover?
8 Dover, yes, they're on the last one. They were supposed to be on this one. They got an attorney, I forgot his name. He mentioned you. He also requested an extension to March, the March hearing because what his name is, Attorney Peter Latouris.
Yes.
Peter Latouris, yeah. He's representing 8 Dover. He requested extension to the March hearing as it was the creation of illegal apartments. They're currently uninhabited and they just need to take the permits out to remove them.
They're making progress?
Yes, they are.
Okay, what date?
The March 26th hearing.
Okay. 17 Dairy Farm?
They're not here, but I did want to discuss it because it was a continuing matter. Just not sure how to continue with that one. So I do want to discuss that at length.
Let's talk about that after we go through the rest of the agenda. For Buford?
For Buford, do want to talk about it. They got the permits that were needed, but just whether to keep it open or not because they didn't get the building permit yet.
All right, so we'll discuss that in a second. Call. Bob White?
Yes, so they are in attendance on Zoom. And I believe we have a neighbor who's also gonna be attending, starting at 2:30, that he'll be on.
Is this the kennel or the dog room?
Yes.
Why is that even here? Have they applied for permits or what's the status?
There was two different issues. There was the kennel and the work that was done to finish the garage. So their first permit expired, so they had to renew their permit. And for us and issue get out a building permit, which that has not been done yet. They haven't got a building permit yet.
Right,
And
the people are here on that.
yes, they are, yeah.
Okay. All right, now how do you, are they
Yes,
participating or are they on the list there as being signed in? I don't want to talk about it if they're not.
oh yeah, so yeah, they're here. So this will be the manual.
Okay, okay. All right, so I'll mark that ready.
Mhm.
81 Benedict Street?
Anyone, Benedict, I did meet with her last Friday. She requested an extension to the March hearing date. It was a tenant issue where the tenant wasn't giving her mail until the constable came. So she wasn't aware of it until the constable came, and she is already in progress is working on resolving it.
17, all right, so you're gonna put that one aside as well.
Mhm.
19 Grove,
19 Grove, that one I did want to talk about. They're not here, but I did want
second call.
to.
336,
Yeah, I do want to discuss that one. That'll be recommended.
Same
fine. Mhm.
all right, so. All right, 44 Grandview,
Mhm.
I'm sorry, they are here?
Yes,
All right. And then going back to Dairy Farm, we're gonna. That's the one that had a fire?
correct, yes.
So have you been in touch with them?
Yes, I had a site inspection last week.
What's the status?
The issue was a contractor yard and the
Right,
yeah,
but now it's a mess because they're
correct, yes.
cleaning up after the fire.
So that's why I wanted to discuss it, whether to continue it or close it because they'll need to get a permit to restore
Well,
the
we're
house.
gonna have to straighten everything out in
Mhm.
order to get a permit.
Mhm.
Do you wanna just withdraw it for now and then if things go well, fine. If they don't go well, then we'll issue a new notice.
So just for that, as my supervisor.
Yeah, I think we should keep it on.
Keep it to, yeah.
Essentially, potential.
So I'll recommend putting it to the April hearing, just to allow them time to issue permits and clear up the yard.
Is that okay with your supervisor?
Hope so.
Grove?
Which one? Grove.
Grove, yeah.
That is the one where they so permits, yeah, this one, yeah, did want to talk about it, but I think the March hearing will wanna push this one too.
Without talking about it?
Let's talk about it.
All right, what's,
Yeah. I'm sorry.
what's up?
That one is, they applied for, to conversion to a two-family, we requested a survey, they did not give us a survey, and they started to work, without finishing the application. We caught them and, I've been in contact with the homeowner and the surveyor who just reached out to me the other day.
Who's the surveyor?
Here, and, they're a newer one, but we worked with them before, and I'm in Kirby. Yeah, newer one, but I've worked with them
So
before.
you're okay with just.
Continuing that one,
All
yes.
right,
Mhm.
March,
Yes.
March 26th. 2 p.m. in this room.
Mhm.
And then Westport Avenue, I think you wanted.
Yes,
Is that a long conversation? Or-
could be, yeah.
All right, let's just wait on that. Okay, let's do 44 Grandview.
Yeah.
Who's here?
The property owner, Roberto.
Never
Puedes venir
seen-
para acá a la mesa, por favor, gracias.
Right, so I have Mr. Hall's memo here.
Which I did update, because I did some inspection.
Well, you have 22125, that truck is still there.
Mhm. But, I inspected it Monday this week and yesterday, and both days the truck was gone. So that's why I wanted to discuss this,
What are you doing with the truck?
¿Qué estás haciendo con la troca?
Lo saqué momentáneamente a otro lado hasta encontrar un parqueo.
So he took it out for the moment in another parking.
for the moment.
That's my concern for the
moment.
moment, because it was there on Friday, right?
Yes, on Friday it was there.
And you can't just wait until 3 days before the hearing to move it.
So no puedo esperar 3 días antes de esta audiencia para moverlo.
No, ya no es el camión, está parqueo ya, no va a estar parqueo hoy.
He's saying that he's no longer gonna park it at the house. He's gonna continue to park it where he has it currently.
What about like from a week from now, say?
So, una semana de acá, ¿dónde va a estar esa troca?
Ya tiene un parqueo. Ya tiene un parqueo
Pero
rentado
¿dónde está el parqueo? ¿Dónde?
acá en esa dirección.
So he's saying that at Norwalk Storage, he's parking the car and he's renting that parking.
Could I see that?
Si lo puede ver él.
Desde de llaves.
Yeah, there's a receipt for rental agreements.
Is that for a parking space?
Yes, Which usually this is the first time I'm seeing this. Norwalk self-storage at 25 New Canaan. I'll look that up to see if that is a permitted storage facility.
No, oh, is that over by, the apartments,
I believe so, because 83
By,
I know is the
by the
Wendy's.
Genesis dealer?
That, yeah, that's by Tyndall, I
Which,
believe so.
okay.
Let's look that up. 25.
Yeah, I know there's a storage,
Hmm.
self-storage place over there. I didn't know they did parking spaces.
It's Cube Smart.
Yeah, it's that building.
Mhm,
The apartments are the one with the, look like the more lawn around it.
mhm.
Okay. Okay,
So,
we want to move it over a month to see what happens,
I guess,
or,
we had, do, because
I
it's
mean, this
only,
is taking longer than it
it
should.
has been, yes,
How long is the rental agreement?
right, cheap, so.
¿Por
bring that
cuánto
long.
tiempo estás rentando el parqueo?
No tiene tiempo límite. Está 350 el parqueo. $380.
Al
I think you
mes.
should
Sí,
keep an
cada
eye
mes.
on it.
I agree, yes,
He's saying it's $350 a month for the parking and that he's gonna continue to do that.
gotcha.
Does he have an agreement for each month or?
Yeah, he's saying it's monthly.
It's month to month.
This receipt's only for 183.
I guess they give a discount.
Okay, yeah.
¿Verdad? Te dieron descuento.
Sí,
el
solo
primer
por
mes.
primer mes. Ajá,
For
primer
the
mes
first
es la
month,
mitad.
they gave a discount and then following that month. it's
Gotcha.
another $350.
Just this popped up on like alternate addresses. It does say 81 Benedict. That's actually another item on my list that we have today. Can you ask him if he's part of that address as well?
So también 81 Benedict que está en este,
Problema. Sí.
te estás en eso también.
No.
He's saying no.
Okay.
¿Qué problema tenía 81 Benedict? ¿Tenía problema de parqueo también?
He's saying, does it also have a parking problem?
Yes, it does. Yeah, they're actually on the agenda today.
Él dice que sí, hay un problema de parqueo también.
81, I live in, yo vivía en la Benedict Street, pero está rentando la señora.
¿Que tú le estás
No,
rentando?
ella está rentando a otros.
She's saying that
Yeah.
the lady is renting to other people as well, so.
Viví en esta
Okay,
casa,
okay.
pero no, ya no tenía todavía camión en ese tiempo yo.
Yeah, because yeah, we do have 81 Benedict on as a violation for renting
Yeah,
out commercial
yeah.
vehicles as well.
Yeah.
So,
Contract is saying that he can park there.
Alternate,
We need to. have time
somebody
to
needs to
through
look
this.
Yeah, I
further
think,
into this.
so,
It's okay, we'll take it in and.
yeah, mind if we make copies of this?
Puede hacer copias de sus documentos.
Sí.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Can we,
Okay.
can we move this over to next month so that
Yes.
you can verify that all of this is in place and
Mhm.
it's not just a storage.
Oh, Tammy,
lockers, but
one more, sorry. Yes, so yeah, I'm all for moving this to 1 month.
March
Do you want me to
20th.
translate that?
Yes, we do.
So ellos van a mover esto para el marzo 26,
Yes.
March 26th, 2 p.m.
marzo 26 a
In
las
this-
2 de la tarde, aquí
in this
mismo,
Ujú.
para ver cómo va todo.
Do you want me to send
Okay.
notice again or?
Ok, sí.
We probably
Solo
should.
que,
Okay, yeah.
como tengo allá ya no necesito parquear ahí porque tengo un parqueo allá. Sí.
So he just wants to let you know again that he will no longer be parking it there, that
Mhm.
now that he has this place, he's gonna be parking there.
Okay, I again just want to say that since we do know what the truck looks like and 81 Benedict is also under violation right now, if I see that truck there, it's still gonna be a problem.
So él dice
Ujú.
que también para que lo sepas y para que no se confunda usted, que si ve la troca en el 81 de Benedict Avenue también va a ser un problema.
Oh, no, ahí no está. Está parqueo en New Canaan. Sí,
Can they,
Solo quería decir.
sí.
do they have parking spaces that are not already accounted for the storage? Minimum required for storage?
I'd have to look at the site plan again.
And you gotta look at that as
Yes.
well,
Mhm.
because I mean, they can't be leasing a parking space to somebody if it's one of their required spaces.
Exactly, yeah, so.
Okay, all
We,
right, so it's off till March.
we had a contingent fine last time. Should we, increase the contingent fine for next, it was $1,000 contingent fine if the truck wasn't moved by today. They are eligible, like, going to my, they're up to 28, should we up that contingent fine, like if it continues to be an issue,
Yeah, wait.
up it to like
Pero
10K
hay
or
un
something?
detalle. Hay a
Let's
veces
just do that
días,
next month.
Okay.
Doesn't
¿no?
work.
Sounds
Yo
good,
lo
yeah.
llevo el camión un día a la semana, quizás, pero no por todo el día, sino horas, 2, 3 horas, 4 horas.
A la casa.
Sí, para hacer mantenimiento de mis máquinas que están dentro del camión.
So he's saying he just wants to advise you that he
Mm.
does take the truck once a week to the house for a few hours because he does maintenance on his machines.
Okay, I'd rather not catch it there.
So él dice que aunque le estás diciendo, pero si él lo ve ahí, va a ser un problema.
So tread at your own risk.
So él dice que
Let's just continue this until March.
eso se va a continuar hasta marzo, pero si él lo ve ahí cuando haga su inspección, va a haber un problema.
Sí, pero él viene y el camión está con la puerta abierta atrás, es decir que yo estoy ahí, pero si el camión
So he's
está
saying,
cerrado,
like,
claro que
if you come and the door's open, would you understand that he's doing the maintenance?
I'm still gonna take a picture of like what I see.
Él todavía
So if I
toma
see a truck there, I
fotos y
have to say,
todo.
truck's there.
Hold on. Stop talking. We're continuing it to March 26th.
So él dice,
Someday you'll understand why I'm not continuing this discussion.
so él dice que
Okay,
tal vez un
but if
día
you
puedas
have-
entender que no está continuando la conversación, pero tienes un mes.
If you have questions, you can ask Mr. Hall, but not now.
Le puedes
can
preguntar
always call
cualquier
him.
cosa a él, le
Ujú.
puedes llamar, pero ahorita ya terminamos esta conversación.
está bien.
You can always call him,
Okay, thank you.
tell him what you want to
Uh-huh.
do and see if it's okay under the zoning regs.
So, tú le puedes llamar y a ver si está bien con él, pero si no está bien, tienes un mes hasta tu próxima audiencia.
No, sí está bien, no hay problema, Jota, todo el
He
mundo
said he
va a llegar.
completely understands.
Okay.
Ujú.
Okay, good. So this is continued to March
Mhm.
26th.
So,
2
marzo
p.m.
26 a las 2 aquí
Ok.
mismo vamos a
Ujú.
estar acá para este caso.
Bien, muchas gracias. ¿Mandan
Thank you
otra
so
carta
much.
igual?
You said you're gonna send a letter as well, or?
Yes, so you
Oh,
said you
okay.
could send it
Yeah.
out.
If you wanna write it.
Please, thank you.
Escribe lo mejor en tu cuaderno, ¿no?
No, en esta hoja porque lo voy a guardar.
Thank you.
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
thank you.
For Buford.
Yes, so,
Felicidades, señor.
Bien, muchas gracias.
Hasta muy pronto.
Thank you so much.
and I don't think anyone else needs translation, so you're the best. Thank you very much. And feel free to
Thank
drag me
you.
into the other.
Thank you so much.
We'll call you if we need to.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you again.
Not so far.
Yes. For Buford, let me pull that up. Again, the 3 people in the audience, if you
Are
like
they
to speak.
here or they're online?
Yes, online, yeah.
Okay,
so-
who are they?
Diane Cece, Emmanuel, who is for 3 Bob White, and Resident, who I'm not sure who is here for. Don't know the name.
But is somebody here for Buford?
Yes, if anyone's here for 4 Buford, raise their hand. I don't believe anyone will be in for 4 Buford. But yeah, feel free if you want to add anything, feel free to raise your hand. So it'll be. Yeah, Buford.
All right, you recommend that we close this, right?
Yes.
What happened here?
So this one was a work without permits.
Mhm.
Caught them, got the complaint. They did, eventually, we needed a survey of the whole thing. It took a while to get the survey, but finally did get the survey. And they made an application. Back in December, and I approved it, within 2 weeks. So they did get their zoning approval. However, they have not, at this time, they have not received a building permit yet.
But it's in process.
But it's in process typically.
And
they
you
need to get
signed
other-
off on the survey
Yes, I signed off.
and the stairs are compliant?
Yes,
You don't
everything
have a
is,
Setback issue or anything?
yes, as of right now, everything's only compliant,
Okay, all right.
so,
So it sounds like you got their attention.
yes. Mhm.
Okay, and you want to withdraw this?
Oh, yeah, just close it.
Just close it?
Yes.
All right, we'll
Mhm.
close it.
Good afternoon, Mr. Maslin. Good
How's it
afternoon.
All right. Um,
So your attorney, your colleague, Attorney Grenier is hop on too.
Building permit closed. Okay. Or pending.
Pending.
Matter closed. Okay. Yep. Okay, we're gonna do Bob White, or you,
Sure, yeah.
is the other one we have to talk about?
Uh,
30, because the rest of them, there's only two left, right?
Yes,
36 Westport Avenue.
and yeah, and Dairy Farm as well. But so we have everyone, I think, who is here for Bob White, Emmanuel. I know they're representing the owner
Okay.
and
But nobody's here on Westport Avenue?
they have no communication with me whatsoever, so
Oh,
I
then,
doubt they will come.
okay. All right, 336 West, sorry. 3 Bob White Drive.
Okay. And yeah, we have people in the audience here.
So who's here now?
Emmanuel, you feel free to speak up. You're on. Oh, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. How are you? I'm here with my mom.
Okay, hi, where? Let me just.
And what, Emmanuel, what's your last name?
It's Vanegas, V as in Victor, Anegas.
Messed up.
And you're the neighbor across the street?
Oh, no, he's son of the owner.
Oh, you're the owner,
Mhm.
okay. All right, and then who else on this?
And then my mother's here as well.
Marlene?
Garnica.
Okay. And then, so. Okay, and who else is here on this?
Neighbor.
Sorry,
Neighbor.
neighbor. And what's Mr. Grenier, you're here on this or something else?
I was just here to listen on something else, but it seemed that it's not going forward. 8 Dover.
Which matter was that one?
I can't, you gotta turn that on.
8 Dover?
8
Oh,
Dover.
8 Dover?
Yes. Yes, that one I am recommending continued for the March hearing.
Is that recommended by yourself or by them?
By myself.
Okay,
They
perfect.
requested it. I am forwarding the request and I also recommend it.
Okay, no problem. I just wondering what's going on. No biggie. Thanks.
Okay, I'll have a mailer out for that one too.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Okay. Where are we on 3 Bob White Drive?
Oh, yes. let me get this
Why,
one.
when we left off, I had a
Oh, I did that.
Are we
I'll
still
just-
on there?
Yes,
Okay.
I just.
I had a question when we left off of whether dog grooming required any sort of licensing or registration.
Yes.
And I found that it probably, or most likely does. So I don't, what has transpired since the last time this was up?
Yeah, so what's transpired is since in terms of zoning, we only regulate it as if it's an allowed use on the property. So like with or without license, like if they need a license from the state, that's like out of our, or the health department, that's out of our.
Well, I understand that, but you do have a role in that licensing process because you have to sign off on.
Yes.
Their
Mhm.
application.
Yes, so yeah, what happens, they'll apply for the state and the state will usually give them a form for like us to sign off on.
Right,
But we cannot sign off on it
But-
because the use is not
but-
allowed.
Correct.
but your position is the use is not allowed.
Correct,
So
yes.
No matter what they do, they're not,
Correct.
okay. So why are we here? Why isn't this,
Yes, this is
I
what,
thought this was gonna be moved off site.
Yes, so it was we did come to the conclusion that we determined that it was not allowed use and that the homeowners were going to work on moving it off-site. The across the street neighbor, Miss Pamela Rodriguez, she unfortunately wasn't able to make it in today. She had work in the city, but she did send me this email. She's the one who I get most of my evidence from because she's across the street neighbor. She sent me an email certifying that all the photos that she emailed me from her Ring camera were.
Okay.
So we last met here.
I saw all of that last time. Is
Mhm.
that
These are new.
situations
This is
changed or is this,
Ongoing, I would say, because
nothing's changed?
we met last on the December 4th. And I have them all digital copies, they're available upon request, but they're all dated and timestamped for this more customers, these are customers across the street. They were
Those
still.
are- Sorry to interrupt. Those are just us right there. That's my mom and that's
We're
my
not talking about this photo yet. So
I'm
please,
sorry to interrupt.
speaking without interruption, please. So go ahead, Mr.
Yes,
Fowler.
so I have photos given to me by the across street neighbor, Mrs. Rodriguez, who unfortunately couldn't be here today.
Mhm.
From the I'll do either if I read it here. So from December 5th, December 24th, Christmas Eve, January 21st this month, January 21st again later on the day, the 24th in the morning, the 28th, the 28th again later in the day, 28th again later in the day as well, 28th again later in the day, 31st, 12th,
Okay,
sorry.
let me just,
Yes.
I have your memo here and you
Mhm.
list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
Mhm.
or 10, I guess.
Yes.
Dates where you were given photographs showing the business in operation.
Mhm.
And then on the 21st, you have a note here, reissued zoning application for garage conversion was paid for.
Yes.
What, tell me about that.
So yes, their old approval that they got expired because our permits expired after a year. I don't believe I-
What was that
I-
approval for?
Just the conversion of the garage, because this area right here, if you look at it.
All right, so we're looking at a Ring doorbell picture.
Yes, I can pull the Google as well.
Well, that's okay.
Uh,
I see the garage.
yes, so it was a 2-car garage.
Yeah.
This was, so they converted that. They need to get a permit for it. They
Right.
applied for zoning approval. They got the zoning approval. They never followed through with the building department. So
To bring it back to what it was.
it was legal. They could legally, because they substituted the parking outside, which was all zoning compliant. However, they just needed to get the permit to make sure it's like building
Yeah,
compliant
but
for
you
living
need-
space.
You need a building permit. for
Correct,
that.
yeah,
Permits for finished space, not for business entrance.
correct, yes. So that initially, that permit, the original one was never completed, so it expired on our end. So they had to reapply with us.
So the permit you're talking about was for restoring
With
garage
converting.
space back to,
It was for converting garage space to living space.
to basically approve what's already been done.
Correct, yes.
Okay,
So yeah, zoning permit was obtained, never followed through the building department, so it expired, so they had to redo it again because it expired. So they did apply for the building, they did reapply for us.
did they take your approval and submit it to building?
To my knowledge,
You know?
as of right now, no.
How about the old one?
The old one, that one, to my knowledge, no.
No.
It was paid for, so our. permit
Right, so
was
we're
paid for
talking,
recently.
we're talking about two things, right? One
Correct,
is
yes.
work without a permit, and the second is the use
Correct, yes,
as a grooming facility.
correct, yes.
Okay, so let's do the building permit issue first.
Mhm.
Who's the primary speaker for the owner here?
I'd say,
Is that
Emmanuel.
Emmanuel?
Mhm.
Emmanuel, what is the status of the building permit for the work that's already been done without a permit? Mr.
So
Hall talked about a zoning approval that's over a year old and it had to be reissued. And the goal was to have a building permit and a final sign off by building for that work. What's the status of that?
Yes, sir. So essentially, last we spoke, there was just some paperwork that needed to get handed over to the building department, which now has. So I've spoken with Leo in building. We have my parents going to see him next Wednesday to just confirm that we have all of the work that's necessary done in that living space now, so we can keep going
Okay.
forward.
Are any changes to the work required at this point, or
So
You're not-
at the moment, it seems like we're compliant.
say that again, please? Could you turn that up a little bit?
Yes.
Oh, we are.
Maybe Zoom has its own separate function. Share and-
No, well, that's all right.
Is that better?
Yes, it is. Yes, thank you.
Okay, yes. So yeah, it does seem that we are compliant.
Okay. Okay. All right, so that's in process.
Yes. Mhm.
Okay, now what's happening with the dog grooming?
Mirror him. Yeah, so according to my colleague, they spoke, John Hayducky, that he spoke with them on Monday and said they found a place either Wilton or Westport. I forgot to move it there. But that was just relayed to me. I didn't get any like confirmation from anything.
Emmanuel, how do you pronounce your last name?
It's Vanegas.
Vanegas? What is the status of the dog grooming?
So we are currently just waiting on the building department in Wilton, where we are through zoning. We have a lease right now already, and we're about wrapped up with getting everything into our rental space. It is 126 Old Ridgefield Road in Wilton Center. And yeah, we're just, we've handicapped our work heavily. I know we aren't supposed to be doing any more dog grooming at our home, but we have we are not going to be grooming at our home location any longer. We are just in process right now, moving and transition.
When did you stop the dog grooming?
So the dog grooming stuff, we just handicapped ourselves. We a lot of I've seen some of the photos. We do have dogs that come and go, but we've just have a lot lighter work than we have done in the past.
So you haven't stopped it?
Yeah, we haven't been able to completely stop. Just it's
Why not?
It's our living. It's how we make a living.
When was this issued? November?
Yes, November 14th.
Have you applied for a license with the state?
So yeah, essentially we had to just speak with the Department of Agriculture, and we're all compliant now.
Do you have a permit or a license?
I believe we are just waiting on the Department of Agriculture. They once the building is all set up, like once we have a location set up, they send someone down from ag, and then they'll look at the location and then permit us. Or at least that seems to be the process from my research now.
Do you have any paperwork that you can show Mr. Hall?
Of course, yeah. I mean, I have all the zoning permit. I have the leasing agreement. Whatever. Yeah, if you guys want me to bring that down, I'm happy to bring that down. The reason I'm not there now is just that one of my family members was sick with possibly COVID, and we haven't been feeling too well, so just wanted to make sure.
Well, that's okay. I mean, that's why we have the Zoom capability here.
But yeah, I can present, I could present all that stuff for you.
Okay, one of the neighbors is here, actually. Is there somebody else?
I'll just ask.
Anybody, well,
If you'd like to speak on this matter, Ms. CC, just feel
we
free
need
to raise your hand.
raise your hand, okay. Okay,
Yeah, Tom, yeah.
Mr. Geary is here.
Yes.
Do you have anything to add, sir?
Should we swear him
Yes.
in or
Pardon?
should we swear him in
No,
or?
we're
okay.
just, we're not into a formal hearing process yet, so why don't you have a.
The last,
Have a seat up here so this thing will,
the last time we were here in early December, and they were told they had to stop the dog grooming, and they agreed to it. And the very next day, Emmanuel, who's on the Zoom here, came over to my house and he said, listen, he said, would you do me a big favor? He said, if my mother could just do dogs till the 17th of December, he said, then we're going to Columbia, and she made promises to all these people that she was gonna do the dogs before Christmas because they were going away for extended vacation. So I took Emmanuel, and you can attest this, I shook his hand, I said, if you're telling me the truth, I'll agree to it. If not, forget about it. And he shook my hand, he said, thank you, I appreciate it very much. Well, they left, they went on vacation, they came back, and it's been full bore ahead. Yesterday, how many dogs you do yesterday, Manny? The lady who was parked in front of my house for a half hour, she had 2 dogs in her car. And there was, I counted probably another 6, so that's 7 dogs times 4, that's 28 car trips just for yesterday. And this is going on and on.
28 car trips.
4
yesterday?
trips per dog. They drive to the house, drop off, leave, come back to the house, pick up, leave. 4 trips per dog on 2 dead end roads.
Mr. Benegas, what do you have to say? Mr. Gary is saying that you're still full operation over there, even as of yesterday?
Yeah, I mean, I cannot say we have stopped doing dogs. We have definitely tried to handicap ourselves so that we're not causing as much trouble. I do not disagree with anything that Mr. Gary has said. I mean, guys, it's just been a rock and a hard place. You know, I had to, you know, I had to pay a first, a last, the insurance, like everything that's coming along with having to put this business up has been ridiculously expensive, and we couldn't just stop.
That's the nature of doing business.
I
That's-
understand, and
you know?
I totally understand, and like, you know, we have put as much effort in trying to, you know, I mean, I'm telling you, we're not going to be doing any business out of this home much longer. We have everything in order to get into our place. You know, I have all the documentation for you, whatever you'd like to see. I mean, I understand that it's been a lengthy process and it's been longer than we planned for it to be going on. I mean, we're supposed to stop, and we understand that. You know, we're just pretty much just financially in a difficult position, you know, to try to have to pivot our whole business to a new location out of nowhere and not lose all of our business that, you know, we built over the last years. It's you know, it's a very difficult ask, and you know,
But you understand you're subject to zoning fines when you continue to operate, and for the time that you have been operating after we told you to cease operating.
Miss, I completely understand that, and I mean, if we do have to incur fines, we understand that it will be difficult for us. And you know, we were able to, you know, we've done everything that we were able to do to save our business. You know, we have you know, it's not an easy time to open up a business anywhere, and we've had to completely rearrange our entire lives.
5 years. You've had 5 years to open up a business, Emmanuel.
I know that. I understand that.
Like,
I understand that, and we haven't had the pressure that we didn't really understand. My parents didn't really understand the difficulties they were causing for the neighborhood. You know, we haven't been in this process for 5 years. You know, we've only just been in the process with you guys to try to like alleviate this problem. And I mean, I can't tell you how long it can take to find a place. We've done everything. We've tried to do the impossible in the last month and a half. And I think that, you know, we really, you know, we're not going to be bothering you guys with this anymore. You know, this is not something that's going to be ongoing. You know, you guys can keep recording videos and all that. I understand how stressful it is. This is just not going to be a problem for much longer, guys. I promise you that. I can show you everything that you're asking that I've said that we have. it's just, you know, I'm just waiting on building in Wilton. I
Do
have,
you have appointments scheduled for this week and next week for clients bringing their animals?
He's
I mean,
muted.
we have animals, yeah. Hello?
How long are you booked out?
Emmanuel, you're creating a big problem here. I'm looking at the memo here from Mr. Hall. In 2021, you were given a fine of $1,000 for having a trailer for storage. And at that time, the zoning inspector saw evidence of grooming, but gave you a pass on it. So you've known there's been an issue since at least 2021. And back in December, we had this whole conversation that we're having now. And it sounds to me like two things are going on. Yeah, you're trying to find a location, but you're continuing to ignore the local zoning regulations. You fell through on your promise with Mr. Geary. You just reneged on it. Unless you have a different version of that conversation. What would you like me to do as the hearing officer?
No, I mean, sir, I honestly, I don't disagree with anything you just said, except that we are no longer in the process of looking for a place. We have a location that is paid for, that we.
That's not enough. That's not enough.
Then I
Continue
understand.
to operate the dog grooming as if nobody's gonna do anything, as if nobody cares. There's a very significant problem here. We've had neighbors come and share their stories with us. We have, Mr. Hall has photographs upon photographs. So this is where I'm headed with this. And it's clear this is not ending just yet. You have no intention of stopping until you have your other location ready, and nobody knows how long that's going to take. Where I'm headed with this is to continue this 1 month, then we'll have a formal hearing. If you're out by then we'll have an end date so I can assess an appropriate fine. There will be a fine unless there's some factual basis not to. But I'm not gonna have a hearing today, have a fine, and then have you continue doing what you're doing and then accrue more violations. And then we have to go through this whole process over again. So, do you have any, would you like to comment on that? Or do you have any questions about that as a proposal on my part?
No, sir.
Mr. Hall?
I'm okay with that.
What's our possible fine?
Yeah, as of today, it'll be $15,000. No, that's my recommended fine.
Mr. Geary, you're here as a member of the public. Do you have any thoughts on?
Yeah, I'd like to know, you know, how many is too many or how many is not enough? I mean, what do you plan on doing, man? You had, like I said, you had 6 that I saw yesterday and I was only there half the day. I mean,
Well, hold on. He's told us they're gonna move. What I'm trying to do
Mhm.
is figure out a way to bring this to a conclusion after they're done, so I can set a fine based on an end date. If this is still going on, it's gonna continue to accrue $150 a
no,
day. Until-
he's already said he's gonna do
Oh, I know
a couple of
that, but
dogs
he's
a
not-
day. He's not gonna,
Well, it's just.
but
gonna
what's a
continue
couple?
to-
A couple to them is what, 2, 8, 19? How many?
Procedurally, if I impose a fine today, this matter is done,
Okay.
and I can't do anything further.
But
That's the rub.
can I allow that, can they be allowed to still continue doing dogs for
They're
the
not-
next month?
I don't
No.
have injunction authority.
No.
That takes a court case.
Mm.
And if I, like I said, if I impose a fine today, it's the end of it.
Mm.
Tomorrow starts a new process with a new citation and a hearing date and all that all over again.
It's just,
And I don't wanna go down that road until I know when he's moved out. And right now, the accrued fines are up to $30,000.
Yes. For
Right?
both violations, yep. My one concern would be is that if they know that fines are gonna come, they may try to ramp up business in the next month to try to offset that.
No, that'll be reflected in the fine,
Okay.
right? But next month, it's 150 times another
28 days.
28 days.
Bad at mental math, but that's probably 4,000, I'd say.
28 times 1.
Yes.
I mean, this,
Another 4,200.
4,200.
I just want it to end. I mean, I thought that the 17th of December was the end, man. When you shook my hand and gave me a hug and you said, big guy, I promise you, this is the end of it. I thought that was the end of it. And it's just so much bad blood now. Your mother called the cops. I've never been arrested, never had a cop come to my house before in my life.
Brian,
And you
look,
never sent the cops over to my house.
I really do apologize. I understand that like life can be like Groundhog Day sometimes, and like I get it, but you know,
hold on.
we don't want this to happen anymore. We don't want this to continue like this, just like you.
Tell me that, why were the police called?
I went over and I took a picture of the cars that were piled up in front of her house that blocked the school bus. And the mother came out on the porch and started yelling at me. And she said she's calling the cops. I said, you go right ahead, call the cops in if that's what you want to do. And
I'm
sure
sorry.
enough-
I'm sorry, guys, but it just wasn't one event. You know, there was a lot of antagonizing of our clients, and you know,
I'm allowed to-
we understand that it wasn't. You know, we understand. We don't. Brian, I'm not upset. I don't want there to be bad blood. We're not. I mean, it's just, guys. I mean, I understand. Like, we do not want to pay fines and have to do all these fines, guys. Like this, it's just that we have like a real livelihood. Like it's like, it's, you know, I'm sorry, you know, we really do not want this to continue. This is not continuing. You know, I'm just waiting on building and permit, you know, the permitting stuff with these guys over here in Wilton. We're locked in there. You know, you know, I got to move in. And
I will say that if like as of today, if like today was your last client and like I get confirmation the violation stops, the max fine for this violation will be 15,000. However, if you see clients later this week, next week, that only goes up and can go up to 20,000. So
Okay.
if you want your max fine to be capped as it is right now, I would recommend not seeing a single client until our next hearing date because it can only go up from $15,000. So if I get one client and I have I have neighbors who are very on the case, so I'll get that evidence very quick. So again, one more client, your fine just goes up. So I would recommend if you can, again, it's if you see another client, you're still in the zoning, you're not in compliance, so the fine goes up. So but today you saw your last client, then the fine stays where it is. So
Let me
that's
just,
that.
Mr. Hall, let me ask a few questions.
Mhm.
Because I want to make sure I have a good sense of the alleged timeline here.
Mhm.
So your memo says that you sent a notice of violation on October 29th, 2024.
Yes,
And there were discussions with the owners on November 1st and November 7th.
correct, yes.
Okay. And during those discussions, they acknowledged or admitted they had dog grooming going on, but requested a hearing.
Yes.
Okay. Then on the 14th, there's a citation.
Mhm.
On the 25th of November, there's an inspection
Mhm.
where you took a look at it.
Mhm.
And then we had a hearing on December, not a hearing, but it came up on the agenda on December 4th.
Mhm. Yes.
Okay. December 4th, permit would be obtained and grooming and kennel business would be relocated off premises.
Mhm.
And that is a representation they made on December 4th.
Yes.
It is now 2.5 months later.
Correct, yes.
Okay. All right. So the fine would start to run, I would say from, what I would do is go from December 4th at $150 a day.
Not, typically we do the math for the 5 days after the citation itself was sent, which was the,
The hearing officer determines.
Right, but
Yes, yeah, okay.
I'm trying to, in my own mind,
Okay.
to work something out here, so 2 months is, oops. 75 days,
yeah.
$11,250. No, I
Okay.
understand how you get to 15. So we're looking at, Emmanuel, a fine of $11,250 so far. And if I continue this to next month, and you continue to do your grooming, it's just gonna go up from there. Unless there's something factually that I don't have correct yet. We still have to have sworn testimony in order to impose a fine. But like I said, if I do that today, the fine is what it is, and then we start the whole process again tomorrow, and you're right back in here. But we could do that if you want. I'll leave that up to you. But right now, your fine is over $11,000.
I understand. I would, you know, I really, I mean, I honestly, like, you know, I don't have complete control of everything right now verbally. I can say this, guys, like, if we reschedule in a month, right? And I can, you know, we should not be doing business here anymore inside of a month, and hopefully not
You shouldn't be doing
Tomorrow.
business
tomorrow.
today.
Tomorrow, correct, sir. Correct, sir. Excuse me. I should not be doing business here. We should not be doing business here again. So I understand the position you're in to, you know, to eat whichever way it bends. We're gonna have to, if that's the fine imposed, I understand, and we will take it. We will not be doing business here anymore.
Are there any dogs there right now?
Just our home pets. You know, we have 3 dogs. We have 3 dogs.
Are there any customer dogs there now?
No.
Were any earlier today?
No, sir. No, we do not take any dogs since we're not feeling well.
When's the last time you had a customer's dog there?
Yes, sir.
Yesterday.
And you have appointments set up
Yes.
Yes.
tomorrow?
Yeah, we would have, yes.
What do you want to do?
So I wanted to find $15,000.
You want to find, so
Yeah.
we're gonna just do a hearing today then. All right, do a hearing today. I'm gonna pass this because we have one other matter. Hearing is gonna take a little time. So I'm gonna pass this for a couple of minutes while we discuss another matter, and then we'll come back and have a formal hearing.
Okay.
All right,
Bathroom break. Well, yeah.
so we're passing this. You're gonna stay for that?
Sure.
Okay,
You need me, right?
yes, 336 Westport Avenue.
Yes.
What are we doing with that?
This one kind of is a blast from the past. We did have this under violation before and assessed a fine. However, in between us assessing the fine and them getting the fine, they changed ownership. So they're back.
How does that work? What do you mean?
Like during the citation process, they changed ownership and a new tenant moved in for the same violation. It's a
So we
vape
just
shop.
go issue it all over again?
Yes, so pretty much this is a pretty much the same violation.
And this
Just
is
for
like a
one.
vape shop or something?
Yes, yeah, a very ugly one, and I don't mind saying that on camera. Because they have lots of illegal signs and it's in a high traffic area, 336 Westport Avenue.
So is this the first time in for this?
For yes and no, first time for this current ownership, yes. So we did see this earlier this year when it was under a different ownership.
Was there a file opened when the transaction occurred, when the sale occurred?
Yes,
So if they did a search, they would have found it.
yes. So my assumption is they didn't do the search or maybe something shady. I don't
Well,
know about.
everybody does this,
Yeah,
the searches now.
these types of businesses, I don't know, there are a lot of weird characters running the vape shops.
So what is your recommendation here?
I want to find the max because they have not been
They
in
just
contact.
didn't
with me.
respond?
They did not respond to me. This was served by a constable and everything, and they just no response to the notice or the violate or the citation. It was a hand served to the citation by a constable. Their LLC is listed at this address.
Okay,
Yeah, so I'd like to assess the max fine and resend the citation.
are we past the,
Yes, I sent the citation on the 10th. So
February?
yes, February.
All right. So it's 11, okay, so we're past,
Mhm.
and, all right.
Uh,
And
the-
what what would they need to do for compliance?
They'll need to submit a labeled floor plan for the area. They are, we determined to be a vape shop because they have signs claiming they're a vape shop.
Yeah.
We had new vape shop regulations and we have new vape shop regulations.
Is this one of those where the certain floor area
Correct, yes.
requirements
Mhm.
apply?
So yeah, we will need to see just where exactly the vape, how much vape are they selling, and they need to get that there. Some, they have two ban signs without permits, and they're only allowed 2 window signs, and they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So how many
7, 8, 9,
violations?
10. I have them for 1, 2, 3, 4 violations. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, 5 violations.
5.
Um,
Okay.
no application or COZC for both the signs and the tenant fit up and the window signs. So 2 for the band signs,
Alright,
2 for the fit up, 1 for the window sign.
So all right, let's do this. I'm gonna swear you in.
Mhm.
Mr. Hall, do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? So help you God or under penalty of perjury.
Yes, I do.
Okay, now, let's start with the notice of violation. You have a copy of that?
Yes, I do.
The entire file becomes the record now,
Mhm.
so I don't need to mark everything in this exhibit. You could just describe it. Okay, so the notice of violation cites requirement for zoning application. Actually, it's 8.4.10.B.
Mhm.
In a couple of different forms, and why are there so many different ones? What's the
Yeah, so I have, so that regulation is a requirement.
occupation of a store without a permit, what's a band sign?
A band
Like
sign
banner?
is a wall sign. So
Wall
we
sign?
renamed what we used to call wall signs. They're now called band signs. So they're the signs. that are-
Occupation without compliance.
Mhm.
Uh, Another sign,
Mhm.
couple of sign things.
Mhm.
Where is the vape shop? Is the vape shop violation here?
This, I sent the notice of violation before we had our new vape shop regulations, so since it didn't exist, I wasn't able to send a notice for that. However, I believe how the requirement to get a zoning application just to occupy the building, vape shop or not,
So the
that's,
vape shop is not technically,
is not listed on the
There's no-
notice of violation, yes.
okay, same for the citation?
Correct, yes,
Okay. All right, you have photographs here
yes,
attached to your memo.
correct, yes.
Okay. And when did you take these photographs?
I took one on the 2nd of this year, the
January 2nd,
It-
2025?
January 2nd,
Looks like both.
yeah, I do have older photos in there, yes.
Okay,
so.
and are these photographs, do they accurately represent the store as you saw it on January 2nd?
Yes, and on the I went back on the 31st, so yes.
Okay, and when's the last time you were there?
Last time I was there was the 31st of this month. Sorry,
31st?
31st of
January?
January, yes.
And what was the status then?
The same signs are up and no application was made for signs or
All
occupation.
right, and when was the citation?
Citation was sent on the 10th of this month.
Okay, and I see, and between the end of January and February 10th, did you go out and look at the property again?
Yes, I did not take any photos because nothing changed.
Okay, all right. All And the violations are essentially occupying the store without a permit, signage, several signage issues without a permit,
Mhm.
correct?
Yes, and not obtaining a certificate of zoning compliance.
But not obtaining what?
Certificate of zoning compliance for either the signs or the tenant space.
Right, okay, all right. And are building permits required for any of those signs?
Yes,
Okay,
as well as getting the fire marshal and their health department for safety reasons.
all right, so the fine would run from, what'd you say, the day of the citation?
Oh, yeah, I'm very, 5 days after, again, I'm very liberal with my math,
Okay.
so,
All right, and did you say you had enhanced service?
yes. Should be with it,
This is the notice. Oh, no, this is citation.
it should be
This
with the
is,
citation, oh, yeah.
This is certified.
Yeah, oh, yeah, right here, sorry. So, yeah,
Oh,
so,
it's also.
and I did,
On what's the date?
that was the 19th.
Okay.
And I even got a signed green card back, too. I got that back in our office on the 18th. So they're aware that they got the citation. They signed for it, but
Okay, all right,
no response.
so, okay, so we're going on 11 days,
Yes,
all right? So 11 days times $150, is that it?
yes, for times 5 for 5 separate violations.
$16.50 each?
Yes, I believe that math is right.
And you have no response whatsoever.
To my knowledge, I have not.
So for each violation. So when you add up all the math, it's just what's cited, right? The signage and the occupancy and all
Mhm.
comes to 82.50.
Yes,
All right, so in my discretion, I'm gonna impose do you have anything else to add? While
nothing to add, just personally, I think we're very ugly shop, but that's
Okay.
just my opinion.
I've read your memo and I've looked at the information that's in your file that you just showed me. Let me just flip.
Oh, yes,
There's, the rest of this is pictures, right?
Correct, yes.
I've already seen.
correct, yes. And just the mailer returns.
Look, correct.
Mhm.
And I've looked at this citation and the notice of violation. So I'm gonna pose a fine of $5,000.
Okay,
And with that, the matter can be closed.
okay.
Oh, before I do that,
Mm.
you have no response. That's the equivalent of certifying that there's been no request for a hearing.
Correct, yes.
Okay. All right,
And I will resend citation for this to get them back on.
well, that's up to you.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you. Thank you.
okay, back to,
Okay, let's see, Mr. Gary.
Thank you.
Hi, excuse me, Ian, can you hear me?
yes,
Yes.
Hi, guys. I just had a question.
sure,
For the violations, it would be a violation for each day we haven't been in compliance, correct?
correct.
Okay, thank you.
It's continuing and they continue to accrue.
Understood.
All right, are you in this on a computer?
I am.
And can you see the screen that is being shared?
Yes,
On
I'm.
Zoom?
Yes, yes.
Okay, all right. It's just that we can't see you because you don't have a camera.
I do have a camera. I'm not. I could. I don't see an option to share my camera. Actually, I was.
There should be a picture of a video camera on your screen.
Yeah, it's so weird. I don't see it on this Zoom call for some reason. I was kind of looking for it.
It should be along the top where it says video or a picture of a video camera.
It'd be on the bottom or side too.
Could be on the bottom too, on the bottom left.
Yeah, usually I see it on the bottom left, but I only see an audio one right now. It could just be my.
Have a camera on your computer?
I do, but it's a replacement screen, so it might just be acting funny. I'm not 100% sure why.
Okay, we're gonna start the hearing now, Mr. Hall.
Yeah, I'm
would you
sorry,
raise your-
guys. Yeah,
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this matter shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God or under penalty of perjury?
I do.
All right, now, I want you to explain in a chronological way the history of this, and you can start in 2021 if you want. I'm looking at your memo that is dated January 26th. And I think that's the most
Yes.
recent. Okay, all right, so start with, there's an entry here, July 7th, 2021. Just briefly tell us what happened back then.
Mhm. Yeah, so from what I've been told and from the documentation, I wasn't there at the time, there was this address property was under the zoning citation process where they had hearings, and on the hearing on July 7th, 2021, the file was closed with a 1,000 fine assessed. And that was due to improper storage of a trailer. And at the time, my colleague who was working the case did find some evidence of a dog grooming operation. However, did not pursue it as at the time he did not have enough evidence to confirm this and to take out enforcement action for it. So following that, fast forward 3 years.
Well, let me just ask you a question about that. Would it be fair to say that your predecessor would have been a zoning inspector, right?
Yes. Mhm.
And would it be a fair assessment that given that there was already a $1,000 fine, that the inspector in his discretion decided not to pursue the additional matter at that time?
Yes.
All right. And how do you know this? Is that from your discussions with?
Yeah, discussions with the zoning officer at the time and just reading through the files.
All right, and who was that zoning?
That was Mr. John Hayducky.
All right, and in the ordinary, is it the ordinary course of business for you as a deputy zoning inspector to communicate with other inspectors in the office regarding violations?
Yes.
Okay, all right, so let's talk about September 16, 2024. You say a complaint was filed.
Yes.
Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, so we received a complaint on our online system regarding a dog grooming operation that was happening at 3 Bob White. So we just got that through an online system, and I was made aware of it. I think it was made, and I was made aware of it the same day.
Okay, and can you briefly explain that online system?
Yes.
How it works?
So on the city website, it's called Click and Request, where I never filed a complaint, so I'm not really sure how it works if I should, but you just you create a request where you just put in your information, you say how you want the city to address it. So in this system, you would say what address, say your information, then what address you are filing a complaint about, and you just explain the nature of the violation.
Okay, and then what do you do?
So
What happens on the city side of that
yes,
process?
it gets sent to the customer service customer service office, and they divvy it out to all relevant offices. So if it was something like an illegal restaurant, it'll be for us, the building department, health, fire. For something like dog grooming, that is in a residential zone, zoning, so it's sent to us.
Okay. And then what did you do after you became aware of this?
So I did a drive-by inspection, and I did see traffic cones placed on the road. However, that's not enough to conclude that there is a dog grooming operation on the inside. However, I was in my research, I found that there was an open permit, a permit that was taken out, but was never closed out, pursued regarding conversion of the garage to living space. So I was able to send a notice of violation based off that. And the same day I sent the notice of violation on October 29th, the original complainant gave me photos that she'd taken through her Ring camera showing customers actively dropping off and picking up dogs at the address across the street. So I sent a notice of violation on both the work that was done without obtaining the certificate of zoning compliance and for evidence of a dog grooming process kennel going on by the property.
Okay, and that was, the notice of violation was October 29, 2024.
Correct, yes.
Can I see that on the file?
The notice, that's the original file, yes.
Do you have a copy of this in the system? So you can
Yes.
put it up on the screen. Would you do that?
Yes. Oh, actually, in the system, no, because I'm not connected to the drive.
Oh,
I can't, it's available to anyone who wants it, but I just can't pull it up due to technical issues right now. Oh, however, it may be part of my old presentation. Oh, no, it's not this one. Never mind. So yeah, no.
so in this notice, you cite two violations. The more significant one seems to be the grooming.
Correct, yes.
Okay. And this, the notice warns the property owner that if the violations are not corrected within 15 days, there's a fine of up to $150 for each day the violations remain.
Correct.
All right. Okay. And this was delivered,
Yes, it was sent out this through
certified mail?
yes.
You have a green card?
That one I do not believe I received a signed green card. However, I did receive a prompt response from the
So they acknowledge.
yes,
receipt of it. Okay.
yes,
All right. And then,
2 days after actually. Yeah.
okay,
Sorry, 3 days.
all right. And then you sent, well, let's talk about these two meetings.
Yes, so quickly on the I was after I sent out the letter 3 days later, on the 1st of November, I was contacted by the property owner to set up a meeting. Later that week on the 7th, me and the property owners met in the office to discuss the situation. And during that time, the property owners admitted that they were running the grooming business. Requested a hearing, and we set up the groundwork for setting up an inspection later that month. And so after the meeting, the following week, I sent the citation, and the 11 days after that, I had the inspection on the property.
You said you met with twice?
Yes,
The
one
first
in
and
the
the seventh?
office, yeah, one in the office and
Okay.
on the 25th at their property.
And why was the citation sent if you were in communication with them?
Just because on with the first meeting, they requested a hearing, so.
That was the way to get to it?
Yes, mhm, yes.
All right. And then you had an inspection. Describe who was on the inspection?
It was just me and the property owners, Emmanuel and some other.
Okay, and what did you see during that inspection?
On the inside, I went there just to confirm that the space was still being used as finished space. I also wanted to make sure there wasn't another unit there. There wasn't, but I saw the space on the inside. I went inside, and I was also on the inspection. I do have photos to show. There were several just crates for dogs, and they were stacked up and everything. So I figured that was more than enough evidence that there was a dog grooming operation going on, because I did a quick photo.
Do you have the photographs? Can you put them up on the screen?
Not on the screen, I don't have them, because again, the technical issues, I only have my presentation available, unfortunately. But that is one of the photos I took, and the photos are available upon requests at a date, if
Right,
requested.
but I want to make sure that you can see what I'm looking at.
Hold those up to the.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm going to, but.
Oh, yeah, I think that's the only one relevant for that time. The exterior photo I took.
Okay,
Yes, that's the only relevant.
and this is
photo.
November 25th.
Yes.
Okay, can you hold? I don't
Yes.
know how we're gonna do this. Can you flip that over to
That's there.
stop sharing to see us?
There, if I was making enough noise, there you go. You can kind of see it right here.
Can you, Emmanuel, can you see that photograph that he's holding up?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
That
Okay,
makes sense.
okay. All right, so what else did you see when you were there on your inspection on November 25th?
There were no dogs currently there. However, I did have the verbal confirmation the last time we met in office that they were running a dog grooming operation, and this was just visual
What
confirmation.
time of day was it?
This was, and if I recall, this was in the late afternoon, I want to say around 11 in the morning.
Late,
Yeah, late morning, yes.
late morning?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. And between November 25th and December 4th, did you undertake any further inspections, or were there any other conversations with the property owner? regarding this?
In that time, no.
All right, so we had a meeting on December 4th.
Mhm.
And I remember discussing this, but it was a kind of a preliminary form of a hearing.
Mhm.
And that record speaks for itself.
Mhm.
My understanding is that the owners were going to be moving their operation to another location where it would
Mhm.
no longer be a violation.
Mhm.
And at the same time, proceed with a zoning and building permit to take care of the other violation,
Mhm.
which was fitting up the garage for
Great.
living space.
Yes. Mhm.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now, in your memo, you talk about several times when photographs were given to you.
Yes.
Can we just go through those one
Ye-
by one?
Yes, we can. And since the
First of all, you don't say who gave you the photographs.
oh, yes, Pamela Rodriguez, she is the across the street neighbor. And on the screen and in front of you right here, this is a certification from her just saying that the photos are true and not altered. And
Okay,
because she unfortunately couldn't make it
all
here
right,
today.
and she did come and talk to us in December.
Correct, yes.
That I remember.
Mhm.
Okay, and this was Monday.
Yes.
All right, do you have photographs on your
Yes.
system?
So these range back all the way to the day after our first hearing on December 5th. So
Just before you,
Mhm.
Emmanuel, Mr. Hall is gonna go through photographs that were either his photographs or a neighbor's photographs, and you'll get a chance to ask questions of Mr. Hall and address these photographs in a few minutes. So I don't want you to think we're just running through photographs and not giving you an opportunity to explain anything. Do you understand?
Understand.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, all right, go ahead, Mr. Hall.
and just for the record, these are not all the photographs that were given to me, just for the sake of
Okay.
these I just condensed and took like the.
So these were submitted by the neighbor.
Yes. Mhm.
Okay, So there's a December 5th photograph
Mhm.
at 9:54 AM.
Yes.
And is there anything you want me to focus on this?
Yes, so just the this is just the customers pulling in and out. They're the best quality, so I do apologize for that. Right here you can see a dog. This is a customer, and this is another suspected customer, and another suspected customer.
Where's the dog?
It's right. It's a small white dog.
Okay, I see it.
And so that's from the 5th at in the morning. Next photo I have is from the 24th of Christmas Eve. Again, just alleged. I don't have confirmation that these are customers since I've never met them, but another alleged customers. There are different cars, different dogs I have been seeing. So dog customer, you see the trunk of the car opening to let the dog out. Another alleged customer leaving, and another customer just standing there at the I forgot if this was picking up or dropping off.
Now,
This customer.
I see a large white dog.
Yes.
With a car behind it with the hatch open.
Mhm.
What are the blue? Oh, it's like a blue
These
box.
garbage
Is
bins.
that garbage and recycling bins?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. And do you know, there's a car with brake lights on it, looks
Yes.
like, is that the neighbor's car?
No. So this is in watching the video, I believe this is a car that was just I just finished either picking up or dropping off the dog that's just backing up into
I see,
leave.
okay, okay.
I do have the videos if you're like.
Well, let's go through the
Yeah.
pictures first.
These are all just screen grabs of videos, just for the
Yeah,
record.
yeah.
Another one, this is back on, this is January 21st, yes. This another either pickup or drop off of a dog. I'm assuming it's a pickup. They're heading towards the door, another dog.
Okay.
Next picture, this was from the 21st at almost 3 in the afternoon. Again, just you can see two alleged customers,
Okay.
gentleman, his dog, and a lady. I think I forgot was there picking up or dropping off a dog.
Okay,
This is the January 24th, 8 in the morning. I think we've seen this dog in the past.
yes,
Right here. You see like different new cars in the driveway and the road. And again, these are just these aren't all of the photos I've received. These are just the some, these I'd say like 60% of photos. 28th at 9 in the morning. There's a person, I forgot where the dog is. I think it might be behind the person. I believe this is
There's a car that's
this
seems to
mhm.
appear in all these photographs to the right.
This one, yes.
Do you know what that is? Does anybody?
To my knowledge, no. Let's like a
Okay,
not sure what type of make and model that. More customers.
Mhm.
This is on
another
the
dog.
another dog. 28th at 9 in the morning. This one was this car was leaving. This car was just there. This is on the 28th at 10 in the morning. Another drop off right here. This is on the 28th at 11:30 in the morning. Getting there. More drop off picks up dog's customers. This is one that's leaving. This is 9 in the morning on the 31st. Another dog owner here, owner right there. I'm not sure where the dog is on this, and the video does show up. This is on this is the last one on the 12th, 8 in the morning, and yes, February. Yes, this is the last photo I have. I do have videos, and there are more from these dates. This is the latest one I received, but there
Okay,
are also got some videos.
and you said you had videos?
Yes, so these were emailed to me. These were I just kind of can't print out.
Can you play them? so
Yeah,
he
I
can see
believe
them?
I can. Yeah, so I'll just pick a random one from Miss Rodriguez, and I did receive approval from verbal approval from her to use these videos. I'll just pick a random one. So you can see this must be when they're picking up the dogs, this going back to the car. This is these are
Oh, this is
timestamps.
right from her ring.
Yes, this was the 11th of this month and 4 in the afternoon. Usually when I do get these videos sent to me, it is like a bunch of one. I just get a whole slew of different videos.
Oh, so the for each of those photographs, there's a video that sort of goes along with it.
Correct, yes. And you see a customer dropping off. So the pictures I showed you were just stills, screen grabs
Yeah,
of it. And yeah, that was back from the 12th. From that's, I didn't want to use those for
no, it's,
privacy
that's
reasons,
fine.
but
You don't have to,
okay, yeah.
I think I've got a good sense of,
Mhm.
photographs. Now, are all the photographs that are, well, the photographs aren't listed, but each of these days, you say you were given photographs, are they all from the same?
Correct,
Ms.
yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so when is the last time that you personally were at the property?
Last time I was personally at the property was back in when I did that initial inspection. Because because I have such vigilant neighbors, I feel like I didn't have the need to go back because I had
Well, one of
neighbors
them is
yes.
here, so.
Yes, and one of them is here, and the other one who
Okay.
wanted to make it couldn't make it. I was getting
Yep.
all the evidence I needed without wasting
Understand.
taxpayer dollars.
All right, but Ms. Rodriguez owns the Ring doorbell that
Correct, yes.
took the videos and stills.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Have you had any further communication with the property owner or anyone speaking on the owner's behalf since the last hearing?
Yes,
Dated
in
December.
yes, in regards of getting the permit renewed and approved and paid for.
Which, oh, the work?
Yes, for the work,
Not
for the
for the
garage,
use,
not
no.
for the use, no.
Okay,
But however, to my knowledge, they did speak to my colleague, Mr. Hayducky, regarding getting the space in Wilton. But this was on Monday, to my knowledge. I didn't get any confirmation of that, but
okay.
Yes.
And have you heard, have the owners submitted any correspondence from anybody else in support of their operation or
to my knowledge, no.
no? Okay, like they didn't have somebody write a letter, customer or something saying it's a great,
To my knowledge, no.
no?
I
Okay.
received an email
Oh.
communication. I don't remember the time frame. It was just an
Oh.
inquiry. He didn't ask,
Okay.
he wasn't
All right.
making a public comment, but it was an inquiry about.
So. Okay, I got it. All right. Okay, so the fine for this would run from what date?
With my liberal math, it's 5 days after the citation was sent on the 14th. So 5 days after that would be November 19th, and just $150 per day since then.
All right. Okay. And what that comes up to. So,
I have a day calculator saved.
today is what?
Today is the
26th.
26th. November 19th to. I have 100 days at $150 a day.
I got 104, but that's all right. Okay. Okay. All right. Anything else you want to add?
No.
Emmanuel or anybody on the owner or whoever, do you have any questions of Mr. Hall based on what he's told me so far? Or where he is?
Hi,
Emmanuel, you
sorry.
there?
Oh, there you
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, I just had lost. I'm sorry. Just give me one second. I just was talking to my over with my.
I didn't,
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
yeah, we can hear you now.
Guys, and my mom just wants to make clear that the days that we didn't work.
Wait, before that, do you have
I'm sorry.
questions of Mr. Hall? Because if you're gonna testify, then I have to swear you in. which I can do, but I wanted to ask you first if you had any questions about the photographs or anything that Mr. Hall said.
I'm sorry, the connection's really unstable. I just lost you there for a bit.
Okay, at this point, I want to give you an opportunity to ask questions of Mr. Hall. If you have questions about any of his testimony or the photographs or videos that he
Gotcha.
showed us.
No.
No, okay, all right. Now, I think at this point, it would be a good point to have, you or your mother or whoever is gonna testify, to give us any explanation or tell us about any facts or circumstances that, you want me to consider in this hearing. So if you would like to present any evidence at all, then I'll have to swear you in. So is that what you want to do at this point?
Yeah,
And,
I'm
you know,
sorry.
anything could be explanations or anything that you want to tell me.
No, I'm sorry. It's just the internet keeps cutting out. I keep getting you like in snippets. The
Close
last
some tabs maybe. RAM.
Well, let's see if we can
I need that.
correct that.
I need everything else, so. Took my phone off. the
Right, but
Wi-Fi.
there's no screen sharing, so that's
Yeah,
another drain.
Yeah, it is.
yeah, true.
Okay, and we're recording, so we should be okay. So, Emmanuel, do you want to give us any testimony at all?
yeah, I mean, there isn't, yeah, there's not really any testimony, no.
Okay,
I do have
and your mother?
questions though.
Okay. All right. Okay, why don't I just do this? I'm gonna ask you and your mother to raise your right hand. I'm gonna administer the oath. I don't have a video of you, so I have to take your word for it that you're raising your right hand. And the same with Mr. Gary. Do you want to testify? While you're,
I think the facts are pretty
yeah, okay, all right.
abundant.
Emmanuel and Ms. Andino, do you both raise your right hand? Do you both solemnly swear that or affirm that the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? So I hope you God are under penalty of perjury. And please answer yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. The floor is yours, Emmanuel. You said
Guys, yeah, no,
you had questions.
yep, my questions are just this. For the days that we did not work, we would still be not in compliance on those days, correct?
Correct, yes. Because it's a continuing issue. So like in the previous issue, 44 Grandview, if the truck was there on Monday and Friday, we'll count the whole week. Monday to Friday, the property was not in violation. Because they
Emmanuel,
continue-
let me just say that if there are factors that you would like me to take into account in terms of how much the fine would be or what the violation is, it's a fair question for you to ask. So if you have something that you'd like me to consider, for example, when you're open for business.
Yeah,
When you're
no,
actually doing, you understand what I'm saying?
for sure. And yeah, that essentially is, kind of where I'm getting to with it is just,
Okay.
we just wanted to make sure that, we definitely have worked and we don't deny that. We didn't work 7 days a week, but I would understand also that if that's the way that the letter of compliance is, I understand. And that other than that, we do understand the situation and, we want to
Yeah, not to cut you off, but what I'm trying to get at is I don't have to issue a fine or impose a fine of $150 times the number of days to the full amount. I can come in less than that. I can't go above that. And if there are factors that you'd like me to consider, then now's the time to tell me about them.
Yes. I mean, no. I mean, yeah, I mean, yeah, just the only factors other to think about, just, this is just it's our way that we make our income, it's just the way that we make our money and just our livelihood. We don't try to really do, like, we don't try to bother anyone in the street, and we have tried to be, obviously try to be better with the people on the block. And just, I understand that after speaking with Brian and Pam across the street, we weren't able to do everything we said we were going to do. And for sure, I want to apologize to you guys about that, to you, Brian, about that. It's just a very difficult situation for us to just try to make it all work. We're a big family. We're all we're trying to hold each other and get through this. And, we try to just.
How many days since November 14th would you have, would you say you were not grooming dogs there? You mentioned that you went on vacation for a while. Did we lose you?
See him.
Hi, yeah, it did it. Zoom just booted me for some reason again. Can you hear
Looks
me?
like you're in now, so we're
Yeah.
good.
All right, cool. Yeah, yeah, guys, and I'm not sure what the last thing you heard was, but we understand that we haven't been totally compliant, and we've been caught,
No, you missed my question. My question was, how many days since November 14th, 2024, would you say no dog grooming was taking place there?
He did it himself.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. It bounced out for a second there.
Did you hear the question?
No, I didn't hear the question.
Since November 14th, 2024, how many days would you say no dog grooming had taken place?
We pretty much worked every work day.
No,
I'm sorry. One second. I'm trying to understand what my mom is trying to say to me. I'm sorry. My mom is gonna speak, guys. I'm sorry. We're having a little.
Because you
Could
did
you
mention
hear
that
me?
you were going on
I'm
vacation.
so sorry. Could you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm so sorry, but Manny, I need to talk a little bit about that one. When Manny we talk to Mr. Brian, he go and tell to him, like, we living in December 17 for our vacation. We return in January 7. After that, we start to working, but now was every day because I'm sick. We have many issues, and we try to give less dates to work for the problem. I went and I talked to Mr. Gary. I talked with Pamela, like, please give the time, like, we have ready our business. That was not easy. Found a place, all the paper that we need for a business. That's our first experience. We never have that thing. And I think so, we not work all days for this time.
Dude. Let me see.
You hear me?
Yes,
Get her appointment book.
so, all right.
And but I try to tell to Mr. Gary, please give to us a little time. Like we understand all this situation for us. I try to do the best. It's really not too easy, and it's that I try to Pamela and big guides understand. Always they say was for 5 years, but in this 5 year we never had problem with anybody except when the lady moved and she started to do that one, and she put a problem for everything. And but in this moment, believe me, like my husband is working in that place, painting, everybody is involved to be ready that place, but we depend to build the department, like go over there. But we need to live, we need to pay rent, we need to eat. And what we can do, my husband and I just have this job. This is the job for pay all our bills. We doesn't have the saved money that we have, we put it in the first and the another 2 months for security for our open the business. I know that I say that's the consequence to have business, but we never know that this is the cause. But we can lose the dogs like we have in this moment. That's just the customer that I have, and I need to start with something. And I want like you have that consideration, like we never try to do nothing but to our neighbors. But it's really hard. It's really hard. But I need to continue to work because I'm not to retire in this moment. Continue to work in the business. In my business and my new place, please.
No, Ma, let me take the computer. I'm sorry, Ma, but you,
Yeah.
I should
It's
talk
okay,
to them.
Pablo.
Let me talk to them. It's okay. You said your part. Let me say, because you guys are all flustered.
Pablo,
Excuse me?
please.
Hi.
Oh, my
Hi, my name is,
Creo que no.
excuse me, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, my name is Pablo Venegas. I'm also one of my mother's sons. My mom and my brother, they're just flustered. They're super surprised. I'm kind of surprised too, but I'm pretty good at being under the weather. So I have a few questions. My first question is, how much is the initial fine?
It's it's $150 a day.
No. How much is the official? I know how much a day, but how much is it in total? You guys are saying around $15,000. Now that is
So
for,
Today,
as of today, for the only the dog grooming, only that violation.
okay.
For my math, I had $15,000 for my math.
Okay, cool. Now that's for every day that we worked, correct?
If it's going to continuous, my argument is that if you worked on Monday and you worked on Friday, you worked on the week.
So question, if there's evidence that we aren't working, right? Can we show that?
yes,
Yes, right? So if there's evidence on Pam's camera, can she also show that? Could we ask for that? Because we have evidence on our camera as well. So that's one question. I have a few questions. So you guys are charging us for every individual day. If we have evidence that we didn't work, which we do, we can show that, correct?
You can.
Okay,
And
hold on one second. Sorry.
I don't.
oh, hold
Sorry
on,
about-
hold on,
Don't interrupt me.
hold on. You could tell me anything that you want that's relevant.
Well, it
And
is relevant because we're being
one of the
charged for,
relevant-
sorry
one of
about
the
that.
relevant, just listen to me for a minute.
Yeah, sorry about that.
As I explained before, one of the relevant factors here is how long the business has been up and running
Okay.
and how many days potentially, I mean, these are all discretion factors. They're
Of
not,
course.
they're not carved in stone.
Okay.
How many days you haven't groomed dogs?
Okay, perfect. So if we have the evidence, right, that shows that we haven't had any dogs on our premise, we can of course show that, right? I just want to make sure on that.
Well, you have the facility there that is part of the business. The
Oh yeah, we
cages.
have that too, but
cleaning-
we're being charged for days from November, a certain day from November till now, correct? But we have evidence showing that we didn't work. We were being what you say, like we weren't doing anything whatsoever with dogs from a certain amount of time. But we're being charged for days that we didn't work. So I just want to make sure that if we have the right evidence to show that, we can show that, email you or vice versa, uh try to get that to you so we aren't charged for every day, because we do have evidence of that. Actually, our cameras, we have tickets showing that our whole family was in Colombia at a certain amount of time, and we also have evidence from two cameras, our camera and Pam's camera, showing us not working. So we can use that, correct or no?
These are discretion factors.
But
You
if it
have-
shows
you
us,
have-
if sorry,
What I'm hearing is you have a facility there
we
that,
don't have a facility, we have our house, but we also do have a facility that we are actually, if we had a little more time, we could prove that to you, that we could get the licenses in the facility to not groom here. So my parents were under the discretion that we didn't know. And honestly, we didn't know that we couldn't do this. Again, my parents are not first generation Americans. They came here, they got their citizenship, they worked well. I'm a first generation American. So I didn't even know. So now that we know, and again, we were on a rush time frame to start a business, it is kind of hard to get all those things with income and everything in 3 months, but we kind of did do it. So I just really just want to know, yes, we are getting fined. Of course, I understand that, but if I could show you and prove to you that we weren't fined for all those, that we can prove to you that we shouldn't be fined for all those days, we can do that.
let me just make one comment on what you're saying.
Yeah.
This was brought to your attention in 2021.
No. So here's the thing, that wasn't brought to my attention. I was in Florida. I was in school. I'm in a totally different ball game. This relationship that's happening, this whole situation is happening between Big Guy, Pam, and my mother. I'm just trying to help my mother. That's it. And what I see is it's been a little bit of harassment, a lot of harassment from both parties between our family. And the fact that there's evidence of someone videotaping our household without our consent, that is very uncomfortable and very offensive, and it is harassment. That is a fact. But we're good people. We're going to fight through this. We're not going to let that stop us like we have been, and we're going to keep on doing. But I just want to make sure that this $15,000 fine can be established differently because of the evidence that we have, and that Pam has, and that our cameras have, and that dates and tickets have, showing us that we went and we're not there. I would like that to be established and shown to you, your honor.
I asked the question before. Since November 14th,
Yes.
2024, how many days has
So
there
here's
been
here's
no
the thing.
grooming?
So here's the thing. We have the dates and everything, but
Just
we're
tell
gonna
me how
have
many
to just,
days? How many
we're gonna,
days?
we're gonna have to count it if you can give us a moment. Because
Sure.
if I'm not mistaken, and we can give you evidence of that through the tickets that we have going to Colombia. From pretty much all of December, we didn't work, and from November 25th till the 30th, we didn't work. So we just are trying
Wait a
to
minute, hold on.
we're
Hold
trying
on.
to
Give
sort
me
that
the
out right
dates
now.
again. What are those dates? November what?
Oh, wait. So we were told what, November 25th, correct? That this is when we're not supposed to be working after this amount of time, right? And we're being charged for the amount of time from that time till now, correct? So we're just trying to count out how many days that we didn't work from the 100 days that you said we did work. So just give us a moment, please.
Okay,
It's 1,825 days since they started their business.
Yes,
Yeah.
but this is established only from the date that is acquired till now. So we can't talk about the past because that's irrelevant in this case.
Solamente de febrero.
I didn't understand your question.
Hold on,
Yes,
just
yes,
sorry,
yes.
sorry, Your Honor, 1 second. We're just trying to count out how many days we didn't work from the days of the date till now.
De enero.
So, it's okay, respira.
De enero 6 a la fecha de hoy no hemos trabajado 16 días. 16 días. Solamente en
From
Ya no-
leaving Colombia till now. So we haven't worked.
no hemos trabajado 25 días.
So we haven't worked 25 days with evidence of that. And also, if you need be, we'll email you and
Después de que venimos de Colombia.
oh yeah, well, after
You
coming
said
from
25 days?
after sorry, Your Honor, after coming back from Colombia, which was, if I'm not mistaken, January 6th. So we went to Colombia from December, if I'm not mistaken, 17 till January 6th. We didn't have anything happening in our household. We have evidence of this and witnesses. And then from there on, we didn't work from that combination of days. We also didn't work from that time, which is January 6th, to the time, which is what? This is February 26th. We didn't work around 16 days. So we should only be charged, if I'm not mistaken, the days that we were working, correct? That we had dogs at this household, correct? Because
Let
we
me just
have evidence
explain
of all that.
something.
Yes.
I'll try to explain this again in maybe a different way.
Yeah.
I asked the question because I want to take into consideration discretion factors,
Yes.
okay? This
course.
is a discretion factor. I'm not looking at this as charging you
Oh, okay.
$150 per day. I'm looking at this as follows. What is the maximum fine? It's 100 days times $150. What
Yeah.
discretionary factors can I use to bring that fine down?
Okay. So
Now, I'm not bound by this, but
No,
one
no,
of
no.
the discretionary factors,
Thank you so
is-
much.
how many days you're not doing
Oh, no,
dog grooming.
I'm
If you're
sorry.
in Colombia, you're not doing dog grooming. You're not creating a traffic problem.
Yes.
All right,
Of course.
and now, on the flip side of all of this, you have a facility there. You have cages. You have the facilities where you wash and groom the dogs. That's part of the business. That doesn't
Yes.
go away because you close the door for a couple of weeks to go to Colombia. Okay, so there's two sides to that issue.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm trying to do
No,
here?
I totally, I'm glad that you
Okay.
pointed that out, sir, Your Honor. I really appreciate that.
And then
Uh,
there's other discretionary factors as well.
Of course.
One
Yeah, of
is
course.
when a property owner is in violation and they just ignore it. I don't know if you were watching before this hearing.
I
The
was.
last one was a hearing on a violation where the property owner did absolutely nothing in response. I mean, that's a discretionary factor in and of itself. So, you know,
Your Honor, let me ask you,
Finally,
can I ask you a question?
and finally, I would take into consideration your efforts to move. I mean, those are discretionary factors. If you came in and said, the neighbors are all crazy, they're bothering us for no reason, and all, well, I'm gonna look at that and say, well, you just have an attitude and it's not working. But if you're making a genuine effort to remove the violation, I do take that into consideration. So do you see how this all works? Yes, I can impose a fine of $15,000 maximum. If you want me to come down off that, give me reasons. One of them is your trip to Colombia. Another might be you're not doing it on certain days or weekends or whatever. I don't know exactly what your day-to-day circumstances
Yeah.
are, but you've
Your
given
Honor,
me.
can you hear me?
You're telling me, what, 25 days?
Wait, sorry, Your Honor, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
sorry.
The only problem is we can't talk over each other, so.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I was my bad. It's just it has been going in and out. So I just want to make sure we're on the same page. But
Okay. So you said 25 days before.
yes, so we didn't work 25 days out of the 2 months there. But I also, since this is what you said, I want you to definitely put into consideration that we have all the evidence showing that we are 100% getting out of our house. We have we just rented out a business, not a business, but a facility in Wilton, Connecticut that did cost us honestly last week around almost like a good amount of income. And we really are going the extra mile to essentially go the route of getting out of here. And we have been trying our best to not impose anything wrong against our neighbors and anything wrong against anyone, because I know that we're on our P's and Q's right now, and that is because of us. And I just also want you to consider that, yes, we really are, like what my brother said, we are a big family. Big Guy knows it very well, and Pam knows it very well. Big Guy's known me my whole life. He took
Big
care
Guy.
of me at a certain amount of time.
Uh,
And Brian Gary. I know him as Big Guy. I don't even know him as Brian. I thought it was rude to call him by his first name. That's just who I am. But he he did teach us a lesson, like we have to abide by the rules, and we really are sorry. We honestly, it's not that I didn't know, and my mom is just, again, like I said, she grew up differently. She's not from this country. She tried to make it, and she's doing everything possible to make this a legalized business in front of all of you. I really hope that if you do consider to bring down the amount, that would be amazing for us, because income is hard for everyone right now, and paying an amount like that is somewhat scary. But we really are, without a doubt, doing everything possible ever since we got back from Colombia on January 6th to get out of Big Guy, of Brian Gary and Pamela's hair, because we also don't want to impose any wrongdoings on them as much as they think we are. And we just want us to be okay as neighbors and just grow our business, and need be, whatever the fine is, I hope it's a little smaller than right now, but we got to pay it, because we have to move forward with our business, and we do have a lot of clients, and Big Guy does know that we do have a business that
Yeah.
we need
Okay.
to work with.
I understand. Mr. Hall, do you have any questions of, what was, I'm sorry, you're not Emmanuel, I guess, right?
No. My name's Pablo Venegas.
Oh, Pablo, okay.
Yes, I'm the smallest son. I'm the youngest son.
Okay. All right, Mr. Hall, do you have any questions of either Emmanuel or Pablo or the mother?
Yeah, how much do you charge, just out of curiosity, how much do you charge for a dog grooming?
Depend the site.
Honestly,
average.
I don't really want to. That's our business. That's our
No, yo
like
quiero
plans.
saber.
I feel very uncomfortable giving you that information. But if once our business is up and running, you can definitely give us a call, and we'll do whatever possible.
Pablo.
So
Any other questions?
No, my recommended fine does not change. There is $15,000 from the other violation that I wasn't recommending on fining. I like to throw some of that in.
The allegation was that there was no business conducted in December because they were away, but didn't we have photo
Yeah,
evidence?
and that's a good point my supervisor just brought up. We
No, I
do
know
have-
there's photo evidence. I was there before. I totally understand. And hey, I can't control what my neighbors do. I'm really sorry again. I just hope the honor considers whatever your fine is. And again, that is a pretty hefty fine. And we are just an average family. We're just trying our best to succeed in America. And if you can just please, Your Honor, consider a smaller amount, that would be really amazing because at the end of the day, we are within the next 3 months span, we're big guys never going to have the opportunity to have a video of us with the dog or Pam either.
Okay,
That 3 months is really troubling.
hold on.
Yeah.
Were some of the pictures that were taken during the
Oh, by the
time
way,
you
one of them had my car.
were in Colombia?
One of those
There
pictures
was
had my
Colombia.
car. I'm just stating that one of those pictures had my vehicle in it, and I can prove that to you. And you guys used that picture as if we had. I'm just letting you know, just one of those pictures were my car. Just wanted to put that
I
out
got
there.
it, I got it.
But sorry,
What date were you in Colombia?
What dates were you in Colombia?
we were in Colombia from December 17th to January 6th, and we have tickets and evidence of that and witnesses. A lot of it.
There were photographs of,
Now we had a Christmas Eve of
hold on, let's see.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we had we have 2 dogs and 2 cats, and we have proof of that. And we needed someone to sit our dogs and cats. That's not illegal.
That's not their dogs.
this isn't your dog,
What date is
Poofy
that
White.
picture?
This is
Hold on.
Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Oh, not sharing screen.
Oh, you have to share that.
Yeah, there you go.
Can you show the
Yeah,
date?
it's yeah, I have this as maybe I typed the date wrong, but
So could that just be a dog walking their street, which happens all the time?
there's a hatch open here.
That was Christmas Eve?
I could go back to the video. Let me check.
Wow. So sorry, sir, but you fabricated that, right? Because we have evidence that we were not there, and
that
we have
could've been
video evidence of that. Because that's
24th.
we have a
fabrication.
witness.
Hold on.
Give me a sec.
Hold on. Before you accuse somebody of fabricating.
Oh, sorry.
You have
That's
to understand where this picture came from.
okay.
It
So
was from the neighbor.
No, yes, I understand that. I'm
The
sorry
neighbor
about
didn't
that, but
fabricate-
so when is this
Okay.
date?
Mr. Didn't fabricate anything.
No.
He was
But
compiling.
sorry,
This
was on-
sorry.
this was on
I was
the-
I thought I was
24th of
because you're
January.
saying
That's
that
on me.
we had dogs on that day. It's literally impossible. We weren't
That's-
here.
yeah,
Hold on, stop.
Sorry about
Everybody
that.
stop.
Sorry about
Everybody stop. There's a process here where we do the best we can to get to the truth.
Yes, of course.
It's called cross-examination,
Okay.
all right? Mr. Hall presented photographs as he understood them to be that he received from the neighbor across the street. There are dates typed in the photographs.
Okay.
You raised an issue with the timing of that, which you're entitled to do. And as a result, we're able to show that there's a typographical error on one of the photographs.
Okay.
And because it appears to have been January 24th, not December 24th.
Oh, okay.
Do you
Again,
understand that? Nobody's fabricating anything here.
no, 100%. Sorry,
Okay.
sir. That is
All
all
right.
my fault. I'm so
I know
sorry
this
about that,
is
Your
a
Honor.
tough spot to be in.
No,
but
understandable.
There's a process here, and we don't accuse each other of fabricating evidence.
Just wanted to
in
make
a
sure.
situation like this. I won't stand for that, and if there's a simple explanation for something, so be it. I've been doing this for 30 years. Things happen,
Yes, sir.
okay?
You're right.
That's why we have hearings, and that's why we have cross-examination.
Yes, sir.
So,
And I'm so sorry
uh,
about that. And I'm sorry about
Can
that,
you go
Alex,
to
as
the
well.
video of this so that we can make sure we're on
Yes.
the right date here?
Yeah. So that was on me. It was a typo. This one right here. This one, yep.
Okay,
So yeah, this
all right,
one,
so that's the video?
yes, so once this, so yeah, this is the 24th of January. And yeah, just a dog, open hatch.
Okay,
yeah.
now there's a vehicle with a trailer there.
That
Can
one.
can I explain that?
Any idea what that is?
Oh, yes,
For me.
100%. So my
Oh,
brother
okay.
Sebastian Venegas,
Watch that Range Rover pull in. That's a drop off.
But this isn't December, this
This is
is,
January, yeah.
yes, this is January.
This is every day.
what about during that time when they were in Columbia?
I didn't.
My only point is the fact that they even said it earlier, the fact that there are appointments scheduled for after today.
Well, that's,
And 3 more months, 3 more months.
3 more months.
That's what he
Excuse
just,
me.
and he said 3 more months, the big guy won't have to deal with this anymore.
Excuse me, Your Honor, can I speak?
Yes, go ahead.
So we run a business. That's what isn't that what we're supposed to do? Now, of course,
I'm
we
sorry.
didn't-
I didn't hear all of that. Well, could you
so
repeat that, please?
we okay, yes, we made the mistake of not doing it the way that, which we're doing now, getting all the licenses and getting everything, but we do run a business. It is a business, and it does give us the revenue for our families to pay our bills and pay our services and needs. So the fact that that we have those dates is because of the fact that we have a business that we need to run. And I just wanted to state that out there. We didn't know that it was going to be this big of a deal for our family. Like, this is like breaking us right now. This hurts us because we are good people. So it's like,
I'm in no way equating the two at all. They're two completely different things. But if someone's selling dope as a business and making money that way, it's a business that's still not allowed. So that's
So
my
we-
position.
oh, no, I totally understand that. I really appreciate that analogy. Yeah. So again, Your Honor, I really hope you consider all the factors, and I hope you know that, like, again, we aren't here trying to hurt people. We're not here trying to like, as of today, we aren't going to have any dogs. We do have something else that we have to focus on, which is starting up this business that we have fully pretty much started. We just need all the licenses for it. We just really, really hope you consider at least
Nothing.
a smaller amount for us. It's just it's not that it right now, if you gave us that bill and we didn't have a way to pay it off monthly, we would be not in good hands. And
Is our questions?
Oh, that's just when they lost connection. That was from a while ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
and again, I just want, of course, I just really hope that you consider all the factors. Like I said,
Yeah, what, you have a lease,
yes, we have a LLC, we have a lease. We are literally just building the facility so we can work in it and waiting for all the licenses. We have the zone. We already talked to zoning. If I'm not mistaken, if we didn't deal
We
with
have
this,
electricity,
we
plumber.
pretty much we've already went through the signing off of a plumber and electrician.
okay.
We're
And
going
when
through the
is,
whole process, the whole
hold
ordeal.
on. You
Sorry.
said you formed an LLC?
Yes, we have an LLC for our business.
What's the name of it?
It's called Lenny's Grooming, if I'm not mistaken, LLC.
I'm sorry, what's the name of it?
Lenny's Grooming LLC.
Lenny's?
Yeah, Leny. If I'm not mistaken, S Grooming LLC.
Okay.
Yeah. Registered to.
Yep, there it is. All right,
Continue on.
Yeah, staff wants to clarify, Pablo and the other family members, this assessment for the fine is through today. You've indicated abundantly that you're going to continue to operate the business through your home until you're in your location in Wilton. You're gonna be subject to additional fines as well. We're going
no,
to issue additional notice.
Yes, no, of course. If we have evidence of us not working, will we be subjugated to those fines?
Yes,
Again,
The
you're
business-
subject to-
The business has to be removed. In other
No,
words.
yes, 100%. I totally
equipment there.
understand that. I totally get that, but so we would still be, so we would still be charged even though we're not doing anything.
It's like having a two-family house where one unit is vacant in a one-family zone. It's there. The business is there, the equipment is there,
Okay,
you know? Now,
Okay.
again, we're back to discretionary factors.
yes, of course.
If there's nothing going on and there's no traffic and you don't need cones to control traffic.
Oh,
And you don't have people coming
so,
and going
wait.
all day, then
Excuse me. Excuse me,
know,
about the cone
are you
situation.
gonna get a fine for having a bunch of cages there? That's up to the zoning enforcement people,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
those
of
are
course.
discretionary factors.
Is there a certain amount of cages that we are not, that we are supposed to, that we can have?
A facility is a facility, and you already
Yeah,
have a
but-
history that
No,
goes
yeah,
back
okay,
to 2021.
okay.
What staff has previously indicated to your family is to cease the dog grooming.
when the
Right.
drop off stopped, that's when I consider the business to stop. When I stopped
Okay.
getting videos every week.
See,
That's
I
what I'm
can't answer
So
the
if, so,
question, that's only the enforcement,
Los videos se los va a mandar para
the
mí.
zoning inspectors can say that.
They won't stop. It's,
so, thank you for,
Yeah.
thank you, big guy, I really appreciate that comment. And, look, again, we're gonna prove you, we're gonna say that we're gonna have to suffer right now. We can't,
Nosotros,
we're just not gonna do it. That's it. We can't, and the fact that you say we're not gonna stop, well, you live right next to us, man. You're gonna see it. And also, again, Your Honor, I'm, just, like I said, we're an average family that's lived right next to, Brian Gary my whole life. So he kind of already knows we aren't bad people. We're good people. And,
Ya.
and that's kind of it. I hope you can consider us. I hope you can consider the amount to be lower, because it like I said, that is high for us right now. And I know that every single day is going to be monitored, so we have to stop. And if we don't, it's going to be more charges. If we don't, we're going to be fined even more money, and we don't have that. So again, we have all the stuff needed to essentially bring this business to the other side of the business, to our facility in Wilton. And again, I really, really appreciate your time. And I know that this has been a long and back and forth situation. I think all of us are a little stressed out and annoyed. So I'm glad that we got all the things off our chest. And I really, again, I hope you consider that the amount for us is very high. And we're not saying that there shouldn't be an amount. It shouldn't be zero. You're right. We did wrong. But I think 150 is a high amount for a family who's just really just trying to succeed and get out of our neighbor's hair so we can just keep on living a nice low life.
Okay, anybody have anything else to add?
My recommended fine didn't change. So I'm still recommending the 15K.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay. Did you want to say anything? Testify, Mr. Gary, or,
no,
Okay.
I mean, I've known the boys their whole life, and I'm disappointed it came to this, and it's very harmful to the neighborhood. You guys just didn't see it, and it took this to show you, and it's just wrong, plain wrong. It's not, there's no place for it in Bob White Drive or Esquire Road or any residential neighborhood. So let's put it to bed and get it over with.
any Anybody else have anything to add? Any questions or?
I have no-
All right.
That Tammy had something.
All right. In that case, I will, I'm gonna close the hearing. And I'm gonna render a decision later on today. After, when nobody's around, I'm gonna take my notes and take the information from the file, think about it, take into consideration everything, the property owner and the children have said, the sons, and then, make a decision, okay? Fair enough?
I'm still children. I'm not that old yet. I'm still a child.
Adult sons.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right, thank you, everybody. The hearing is closed.
Thank you.
very
Have a great
much.
day, sir. Be safe.
Now, I think this is it, right?
That was the last one, yeah.
All right, so the meeting's,
Yes.
we can adjourn.
Mhm.
All right, we're
So,
Have a
adjourned.
good one, you guys. Be
just-
safe.
Just before we go, Miss Cece, did you have anything to speak of?
You don't need to.
I just,
No, she's, I mean,
Just
she's
asking.
just,
Just as a-
right,
yeah.
a visitor, that's fine. We,
All right, let me end it.
okay,
then.